3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening, everyone. I am Mark Mendoza. The network is Area 22 Productions. The show is 22 Now, where we specialize in a lot of things. Tonight, I have, again, some great guests of mine. I was on their show already, Motorcycle Mayhem Radio.
That's right.
And we brought them on for a second time. Actually, Mike is here with us, too. We got the legendary Johnny Rizzo.
What's up, everybody?
Nice.
What's up, everybody?
But we brought him back on because the first show was about, of course, and this one will be also about Motorcycle Mayhem Radio.
Okay.
But you gentlemen just got back from Daytona.
Yes, we did.
Bike Week in Daytona.
Oh, yes, we
which
did.
I'm jealous because I couldn't go.
It had to be one of the best weathers ever.
Yeah, I love Daytona. I really do. I love Bike Week there. I've been there many times. I think we discussed some of my
snowball fights.
Yeah, the snowball fights in Daytona in 1979.
Yep.
And selling snow out the back of the pickup truck because all the parents wanted to buy snow.
That's so funny.
Kids never saw snow before. But so we got you back on because we want to go over the things that happened at the events at Daytona Beach at Bike Week.
Okay.
And you know, I don't want to hear it because I'm jealous.
I'll tell Mike.
You tell Mike about it. Even though he was there.
I was just wondering what happened to my introduction. You know, you got Johnny. I think
the cold.
I'm the cold.
Listen, they're going back and forth. Yeah, just leave the host out of it. It doesn't matter. But so you gentlemen went down. When did you leave?
We left last Friday on the 8th, I believe it was. And we actually made a stop in North Carolina at our sponsors, Good Times and Crafties, and we hung out with them for
South
the night.
of the border?
No, it was it was Garner, North Carolina.
Right.
And we spent the night there.
Yep.
And we had a great time.
Wonderful time.
A real good time there. And then we picked it up on Sunday and headed down to Daytona. So we got there Sunday night. Right.
And did you were supposed to do the show live from Daytona Beach, right?
We actually did a live show from the Best Western Aqua Tiki.
Right.
But the Wi-Fi wasn't working good. But we did a whole show, but it was in and out the whole night. So I don't know if anyone actually
We actually recorded it all.
We recorded it live. We went
that's
live.
what I'm saying. You went live.
But I don't know how much. I didn't went back and watched it because you know, I don't know if it was really that bad or was, you know.
Well, can we discuss the fact that you're going to edit it and put it on?
No, that's something different.
Oh, that's something different.
Yeah, we went to the Biker Bash Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Right, that's
and
what
we recorded all 3 days.
To go back
to that in a minute.
To go back to the Tiki Bar when we did the live show on Monday night. We're doing our show when we're looking out to the crowd and we see about 5-10 people and we figured, oh, we didn't know there was a whole separate crowd on the right side of the bar. So when we get done, we're packing stuff up. We went up to the bar. It was about 50 to 60 people
it was nice to
listening and watching us. So it was pretty pumped up.
Yeah, it was really nice because we couldn't see out there. We saw right here and not realizing there were so many people that came to the hotel just to see the show that night.
Right.
You know, because normally it doesn't do that, you know. Right. So we get done. I get up to the bar. I'm like, holy, where all these people come from? So we started getting out T-shirts and stuff like that. And then,
well, obviously, when you go on your website, especially when you go on Facebook, you can see that the show is well known everywhere you guys go to do it. Obviously, there's a lot of feedback here on Facebook about wherever you guys appear with the show. So, you know, congratulations on the success with that. I know it took you a while to build it up and get it to that point. Like I said, there's a lot of things here that I'm looking on Facebook that show everybody's, you know, kudos, great job and stuff.
It's a 24-hour process every day, even in the middle of the night. My wife will wake up, what are you doing? I'm making a commercial. Now?
No, I'm there. I know. I do the same thing. There's no two ways about it.
We look at it like it's a Mayhem family. Everyone that listens to us, everyone that we meet all over the country, Kentucky, Alabama, I mean, they become our families.
That's right.
And we just want our family to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, as we've said before, we've all individually and collectively on your show, also on Motorcycle Mayhem, and on this one, the biker community is the closest that I've ever seen out of any bunch of people. Everybody's quite tight and friendly and looks after each other. I've got to say that. It really does happen that way. But so let's move on to the Biker Bash. That's a big
the Biker Bash
big event. It's a new event.
It's a brand new event. It's the first year. Johnny Lyon from Strip Club Choppers ran it. Excellent job. He's awesome. Whatever he touches turns to gold.
Turns to gold. Yep. He's a good guy.
Bring him here.
Oh yeah. Well, Johnny Lyon, come on.
Come on over.
So he put together this event, and who did we have? We had Quiet Riot. We had Everyone's Nightmare, Puddle of Mud, Winger. right? And Nova Rex.
Nova Rex is
Right?
Really?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something.
That's a good lineup.
Yeah, the lineup was great. It was 3 days. Boom, boom, boom.
You didn't have Animal Tactics though.
Next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
Next year we'll
Next
have
year we'll play.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
You hear that, the Canada Brothers? Next year.
Next year.
We're playing the Biker Bash.
And
There you
Vet
go.
City
Bike
too.
Week in Daytona. That's
Get
where
him to
we're
Vet
going to
City
be.
also. That's gonna
And
be
Vet
great.
City, that's
Yes.
another one we're gonna
Larry's
play.
watching probably.
So,
Larry,
yeah, I don't know if they're watching, but they might be. But in any case, they'll hear about it.
Yes, they will.
That's right.
But,
my bandmates.
It was 3 days, 2 bands each night, and it was
Right.
just off the hook,
Awesome.
right?
It was awesome. Yeah,
It was great. The
great
vendors,
time.
So many vendors. And
People were
bands.
great.
How many people were in front of the bands? I mean, how would they?
Oh, it was crowded every night. I mean,
What do
I
you
couldn't
think?
even give you a number.
Take a guess.
A couple thousand, maybe.
3,000?
Yeah,
Nice,
It was
okay.
just, it's a first event, so it's going to get bigger and bigger every year,
Sure,
better
Biker
and
Bash.
better.
Sure.
But as we put, he only did it in 6 weeks. He
Right.
put the event together in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
We started out with nothing, and then
yeah,
after
yeah,
6 weeks,
sure.
he had this huge. I'm talking about a huge stage.
How big? Huge.
Right?
That's a good.
That's for our
say
southern,
huge. Say,
our southern fans.
say
love that.
huge. Go ahead.
Huge.
There you go.
Huge. That's good. So, if you see the stage that he has and all the vendors he got and just everything that was put together so perfectly, you know what I mean?
All right, security, all the other stuff.
And a beautiful stadium, too. The Daytona Stadium was gorgeous.
Yeah, I've been there. Sure.
And, to do all that in 6 weeks is impressive. So now he's got a year to make it even better.
Right.
So I can only imagine what it's going to be next year. So,
We'll have to stay in touch with him.
yes, we will.
We'll get Animal Tactics on the bill.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
We will.
No
Like
doubt.
I said it for the second time.
Love to have
Say it one more time.
What's that?
Say it one more time.
Animal Tactics on the bill at the Biker Bash.
There you go.
Bike Week in Daytona.
Now I can't wait.
That's
March
right. Oh, yeah.
2020.
Oh, yeah.
Be there.
Be there.
And we had our buddy Dustin Lee Benefield with
Yeah.
us too. He's like a
Country singer.
he's out of Georgia, a country singer.
Right.
And he did a little bit of a thing with JB Walker at the Iron Horse, but he was hanging out with us all week. He's really talented, and he's actually, if you ever see the Vet City video, he's driving a Corvette in it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
ever
I did
Google
see
it.
the video.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see the
So
video.
he's very
right.
talented. So we got to hang out with a lot of awesome people this week.
We did.
A lot of great things happen.
Right. They say one moment you're on Main Street, the next moment you're at doing a barbecue at a campground with Holly Life, with our buddy Bill Lemon, and he's cooking all these prime ribs and steak, and I mean, like, you can't make this stuff.
I got a funny story about that because I'm a wuss when it comes to hot food.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Big wuss.
spicy
wuss?
food.
A
Yeah, I
wuss.
don't
Can't
eat-
handle it?
I don't like hot spicy.
They weren't even that hot.
So they come out with all these pickles and all these different jars.
Yeah.
You got to try this one. I'm sweating to death. So my wife's trying to help me out, trying to give me the sweet ones, but they were still getting in there.
Yeah.
So the other thing I don't like, I love meat. They call me Steaks is my nickname.
Right.
So the guy's like, I got some meat for you. He takes out this big thing of venison. I can't
You don't
eat
like venison?
I can't eat venison. I just
Why?
can't.
Tell me what you
I just
did.
can't do it.
Tell me what you did.
I put it in my napkin.
He put it in his
I put it in my
napkin.
napkin and.
Really a big tough guy like you.
Big tough guy.
Listen, tough guy,
My
huh?
wife saw it. She took it away.
First, he's looking for the dog. He's looking for the dog around, and then he's like slowly, and he puts it in a napkin.
Really? The
Oh, yeah, and then he-
Why, the
then he
venison
can't-
wasn't good?
It was
I don't
delicious.
I don't eat venison. I don't.
Mark,
It's a
it was
deer,
the best.
baby. I
It was
don't
it was the backstrap. It was the best part of the deer.
backstrap,
It was,
yeah, of course.
It was delicious.
know.
Right?
But the guys at Holly Life, they're out there.
They're great.
They camped out at the, what's it called, the Crackerberry?
Crackerberry Farm. It's right across the street from the Cabbage Patch.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
You know,
They
so-
barbecue, they fed us good.
Really?
They fed us.
like
I got there,
kings.
they fed us real good. And
Yeah, now we know how it is to be a rock star somewhat.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like I was a
Well, I
rock star.
really think that's how a rock star is treated. I can tell you stories about rock stars. Right?
we got a free burger.
Right. It's got a lot to do more than just free ball.
Sure it does.
So let's get back to the Biker Bash.
Sure.
Is it an everyday event there?
It was only Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So and the bands were playing at night. Is that
The
what it
bands
was?
pretty much started at 6, I believe, or 8.
8.
And then 10. And then we also had the sound off.
Right.
Was you ever see like the baggies with all the stereos in them?
Right.
The sound off they had one day, and that, oh my God, the bikes were gorgeous.
They were sick.
And the stereos, listening to these stereos, you think you're listening to like a car stereo, but they're on a bike.
Yeah.
It's amazing stuff,
Yeah, the
Crystal
technology,
clear.
Yeah.
the technology and sound, sound reinforcement and sound audio is
Exactly.
just it's tremendous. Not only in cars, but even on motorcycles, the
Right.
technology has moved along so much.
One of my sponsors is Sinister Sound, and we went to the racetrack to see him, and he was playing his stereo for us, and me and my wife. Says, I can't believe he's coming out 2 speakers, and he puts on the 4 speakers. Like, oh my God, I can't believe, amazing, right? Crystal clear.
Loud, yep.
The bass goes right through you. That's a motorcycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff. Real
It's a
good.
basocycle.
A basocycle.
Right.
Exactly.
Basocycle. It's a basocycle.
That's funny.
So go on with some more stories about Daytona. Come on, man. I mean,
Oh, God.
I got you guys
Oh,
back
man.
here. You just got. When did you get home?
Monday night.
Monday night.
10 minutes before we did the show.
So you guys pulled into Long Island here and
Sat down
and
to the
went
show.
Right on and did this show. Wow,
Yeah.
what-
Yeah.
man, you guys are troopers.
Yeah, it was a tough show.
we were
It
shot.
was a rough show.
You know?
I gotta tell you, it was like at one point I was like,
It was low key.
you got
Yeah,
anything over there?
very-
I got nothing. I got nothing.
But you know what it is though, it was so fresh, and a lot of these people that it was really cool that watched this show, who were actually with.
Right.
And to actually meet the people that watch the show and hang out with them is a good feeling. So when you get home, you actually get back on and talk to them like they're like family, they're friends, and the whole big Mayhem family.
Yep.
So I had to do a show Monday.
Well, understand that the coverage of something like that, especially people out of your fans that are way out of the area here, maybe even Europe or South America or the Far East or Australia, New Zealand, they live vicariously through the people that tell the stories about these shows and the pictures and the craziness that goes on.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I appreciate that, because that's the feedback that I get when I tell about stories, whether it was the Twisted Sister days or some of the concerts we've done or some of the other things and some of the events that we've covered from here.
Right.
So people, they like to hear the stories, they like it told, and they can't be there, so they kind of live vicariously through your stories.
Right, and that's what the
but it's
show's
important,
about.
especially the biker community. They want to hear what goes on. And,
Exactly.
And they go, damn, I gotta be there. I gotta be there
And that's what
next year.
Motorcycle Mayhem's video is about, because we want you to live through us, and we want to live through you. Basically, you have an event you want to promote or talk about. This is where you talk about it, and we'll go to the event. We have just got in the cars and just drove to go to an event for a week and surprise people. We've done things like that, and we try to bring the biker world, just a little bit more funner. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And to be able to tell your story, to call the show and talk about it instead of posting it on Facebook. Come to our show and tell your story.
We've been to 43 events
together
in the last 8 months together.
Yeah, we've been
43 events.
43
Wow,
events.
that's a lot of time, a lot of driving.
I think I did everything but Sturgis this year, and that's going to be next year in Arizona.
You gonna do Sturgis?
Oh yeah, in August.
You haven't been there before?
No, we have not done that one yet. No.
Yeah, I've been there quite a few times.
Another time.
Yeah, Sturgis. It's a long
That's a big
ride.
one.
Yeah, it's a big one.
We are doing Texas.
We're doing Texas.
Texas Iron.
The Republic
Iron.
of Texas, Texas Iron.
Texas
Corpus
Iron.
Christi.
Yeah.
We're coming down.
Yeah, we're coming for that one.
It's going to be a good one.
And then we got Ohio, Dayton Bike Fest.
Yep, Dayton Bike Fest up in Ohio.
And that's going to be June 27th to the 29th. Geneva is playing. Have you ever heard Geneva? She's amazing performer.
Right.
If you want to Google her, Geneva, check out Geneva. She's playing in Ohio. I'm looking forward to seeing her. Yeah. And then we're going to Vet City. That's in Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Right.
Yeah, the Vet City Motorcycle Music Fest, which Jasmine Kane's, well, you'll love this one. Yeah. Jasmine Kane, okay, we got to see her in Daytona. If you want to Google her or play a video one day, she's out of her mind. She's amazing on stage. She plays bass too.
Was she really?
Yeah,
oh yeah, she's
incredible.
sick.
And somehow we got mixed up where I'm doing a downhill go-kart race against
Bobby
her.
car race, yeah.
The Bobby cars. So I got to get in a Bobby car, like a little vet, okay?
Yeah, you didn't fit.
No, it didn't happen yet. It's happening in September. So I'm racing her. So that ain't going to be fun for me. So when we were in Daytona, she was on stage, and we've been going back and forth. Oh, you're dead, So she's playing, so I showed up at her show, and I was like, you're going down. So she got on the mic in front of like 2,500 people, and it's like, I'm going to kick your ass.
Tells the background of the story.
Yeah,
she tells them straight out. She goes, you know what? We're both going down, you dumbass. It's a downhill race.
Yeah, downhill race.
And she goes, and you've been in training, eating chicken wings and drinking beer? No, I don't think so. So it's going to be exciting to see.
I wish I could be there for that one.
Well,
Who knows,
maybe
I can.
Animal Tactics might be playing. Maybe
We'll be playing that.
Larry,
Sure.
that'd be awesome.
Sure, absolutely. Maybe we'll be on the bill. If not, maybe I can be there.
That'd be great, man. Come down,
do some of these shows with you guys.
Yeah,
absolutely. We love that.
Fantastic.
We have a good time. Yeah.
So how long did you stay in Daytona for?
We stayed in Daytona from Sunday to Sunday.
Sunday to Sunday.
Not a drop of rain, right?
Not a drop of rain.
Beautiful weather, right?
Beautiful weather.
It was gorgeous.
I was there
Beautiful
between 70
riding,
to
beautiful
85,
weather.
Yep. And we did the loop.
Yeah.
The loop is,
Love the loop.
if anyone ever heard of the loop out there, it's basically a tour of $1 million homes.
Yes.
On the Bayside, or you can also do Oceanside too. It depends on which way you go. It's like 10 miles.
Yeah.
Just what the millionaires wanted.
Yeah.
10,000 motorcycles passing their houses.
I tried to convince them to
Constant
stop.
rolling thunder.
I tried to convince them to stop at the open houses. They wouldn't stop. I'm like, let's pull in with the bikes
Right.
and let's look.
Like you see the open house sign, when you get up there, it's gone. Right to the outside, it's right here.
Yeah. They saw you guys coming and they pulled it in.
But that's great, because you get so much scenic on the loop.
Yeah, of course.
All the little bridges, all the little ponds and stuff that you see. But that's what I love about Daytona, though, because Daytona, out of all the bike weeks that you can do, Laconia and all that, Daytona and Panama City are my two favorite ones.
Well, you haven't been to Sturgis yet.
Right.
No, but Sturgis, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. But I like the fact that you got palm trees. There's a beach if you want,
Right.
warm weather. And you know what? You can be biker, doing the biker stuff, or you can say, hey, you know what? Come on, get dressed up and go out to tonight's dinner. So you can do that, both. You know what I'm saying? So
Did you do that?
No, but we actually did. We go to one place.
You didn't take your wife out for a nice dinner?
Oh, we go to dinner every night.
She's ignoring
Yeah,
us.
no, she's ignoring me.
Wait, this.
Look,
Hold on
she
a
must
second.
be responding to something.
I'm confused. This is not dressed up nice?
Exactly.
I dress this way every day.
You got your nice mayhem shirt.
I go to the steakhouses,
Yeah.
Lewinsky's and stuff like this.
Yeah, you got a collar on, so you look good.
Watch this. I'm wearing my nice black shirt today. Okay, this is my dress black shirt. Come on, give me the. There you go. That's
There you
my
go.
dress. I went in and deep in the closet and took out the dress black
one.
shirt.
We're honored.
That's awesome.
He's like, oh, mayhem's coming. I better get
Right.
dressed
I
up.
better look good for motorcycle mayhem.
That's good stuff.
She's crying over that. Oh man.
It's all about having a good time, right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, having a great time. And like I said, I have been to a lot of rallies since the mid '70s. Since I've been started riding that long ago.
I can imagine.
And I remember in like 1982 riding to Daytona Beach from New York.
That's nice, right?
On a motorcycle.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's nice.
And it was miserable weather.
Oh, yeah.
It rained all the way down.
The bike week's hit or miss.
I've been in those.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oktoberfest is almost guaranteed nice weather.
Right.
But bike week's always hit or miss.
Well, it's so early in the
Right.
the season.
Yeah.
We usually up here we're still having cold and nasty weather
Right. It is.
in March, especially the first part of March.
Right.
Bike week usually is.
Yeah,
Like this one where it was in the middle of March.
Yeah, yep.
Usually it's like the first through
They
the
moved
10th
it.
or
They moved it
something.
back for a reason.
The race, they had the Daytona 500
Daytona
Right.
500.
was earlier, so they had to move Daytona Bike Week up a week.
Okay.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
and I think next year is going. I think they said it's going to go up another week.
Is it really?
Yeah, so I think it's going to be the 24th.
Wow. So
Next
they're going
year.
to move it further back into the month.
Get a
Wow.
little warmer.
Yeah, it's a chance for better weather.
It was absolutely beautiful weather this time, man. We got a lot. I got a lot of riding, and this guy sleeps to noon, but I get up early. I can get home at 3 o'clock. I know I'm riding in the morning. At 6 o'clock, I'm up. I'm riding.
That is it.
Right. Right. I wish I could do that every
He's
day.
up.
I'm up.
Yeah, I wish I could do that. Anyway, real quick, before we came in here today, we were sitting outside over there in the green room.
Yes.
It's not
really green, by the way.
but it's got a table and chairs in the green room. Gentlemen, step down the hall into the green room. Let's have a conversation.
I better put my nice shirt on.
That's right. I did. I put my nice black shirt on. But while we were talking out there, I was telling you guys about a rally that Twisted Sister had played a couple of times.
Right.
Called the Fat Bottom Rally, and it was in Montana, right outside of West Yellowstone.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
What a great festival it was. And unfortunately, the promoter, who became a very good friend and close with the guys in Twisted Sister, Bill Oldroyd, he passed away a few years ago.
Sorry to hear that.
And we, like I said, we became good friends. And the second time we were there, he set up a ride for D&I to ride his motorcycles. He had a whole collection.
Wow.
So he took us out, and we did the corners up there, between Idaho and Montana.
Wow.
Just riding through the wilderness.
Right, Wyoming up there.
Where you ride, and we were all riding baggers, stock Harley baggers, and we had to put extra gas in the bags.
Oh, one of those.
Because there's nowhere to stop. Like, you get to a point where the cell phones don't work,
Right.
Yep.
and there's not even markings on the roads. They're paved,
Right.
But there's no speed limit signs. There's no next town 400-mile signs. There's nothing.
Yep.
And we stopped a couple of times just to look around, and you look at the mountains, and you see black bear up there, and you see elk, and you see. You're talking about wilderness.
Right.
Yeah.
And the only thing that shows you man has been there is a paved road.
That's it.
But it was an amazing day. We started out when the sun came up, and by the time we got back to West Yellowstone, the sun had just gone down.
Wow.
So it was a lot of riding, and he knew, because he lived there, planned the gas stops. So we were able to have enough gas to get us to take a long way around all the mountains and
That must have been
plateaus.
incredible.
That's awesome.
It was like being on another planet.
That must have
It was
been. And it's nice,
absolutely-
sometimes you want to just get rid of your phone and just go.
Right.
You don't even pay attention.
We have no choice out there. There's no phones don't work.
Right,
I
right.
said that. There's nothing. I said, what if something happens? You got to wait for either a sheriff's department helicopter or airplane to see you, and you wave at them.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And
Hold your lighter up.
Right. And about 2 hours later, someone may come and check on you.
But that's why I like Laconia. Laconia is, I
Right.
stay in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Right, of course.
New Hampshire. I say it
Hampshire.
again. New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So it's about an hour and a half ride down,
Right, of course.
to
get the White
Laconia. But then you have the White Mountain. You can go up there and St. Washington, go up there. I mean, it's just beautiful riding, man. You know?
It's nice up there.
Amazing. Wait till you go to Sturgis. There's some beautiful riding.
I've been to Sturgis, but I wasn't riding.
What's
Yeah,
that? What's
yeah,
that
I
road that goes across the mountain? The camera, is that a weird
yeah.
name? Like the,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
The camera hunger.
something like that. Something with a camera
that's
on
up
it.
there in Laconia.
Laconia.
Yeah, it's a-
Right.
some
I've been
road.
all around there. I just don't remember the name of the road.
It's a
but I
weird,
know
like
what
a
you're talking about.
camera, Caca road or something. I don't know.
Sure.
And Buckley's is great up in because you're about an hour and a half ride, 2 hour ride to Buckley. So Kenny Bunkport, whatever it is over there. What's it called?
We're lost
Cape.
for words here, man.
Yeah.
Names and stuff.
Yeah, the
Whatchamacallit?
Cape over there.
Lake
Where are we
George is
going?
great. I love going to Lake George. That's
Lake
good
George is
right
beautiful too. Upstate New York.
That's
Yeah,
right.
of course.
Vermont. Go up there. Lake George to Vermont.
But wait till you do Sturgis.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward
That's
to
some beautiful riding territory.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Tough place in the winter.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
in the
yeah.
summer, beautiful. You get to see the sights up there. They're just amazing. I mean, you can go in any direction and see incredible things.
Yes,
It
I'm
really
looking
is
forward to that,
beautiful. Yeah, we are lucky that we live in a very beautiful country.
We do.
do.
We
You
do.
know,
We really
except
do.
for Long Island, it's ugly.
Well, you know what?
We have the ugly roads.
When you ride a motorcycle on Long Island, you get sick of it real fast because where are you going to go?
Where are you going to go?
You go
when
south or go north?
Right. Long
Right?
Island's the
You go
place to
west, you
ride.
don't want to end up in the city on a bike.
Yeah. Well, you want to go through
You
the city.
go
keep
east.
going.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
You go to Bear Mountain or something.
But I have to disagree with you. There's a couple of good rides out there.
Yeah, but you know what? How many times are you going to do it in the season? Unless you do what we do, we go out to Montauk,
Right.
then we come down to Route 114 to the ferry across Shelter Island.
That's
Right.
perfect.
Then you come out the other side.
Right. Well, I've done that.
Greenport.
Sure.
Go up to what is that up there? To the ferry. Take that to Connecticut and then right back to
Orient
Bridgeport.
Point?
Orient Point.
Yeah. See, that's a nice one right there.
That's a big one.
You just put one together.
Yeah, yeah.
A better run.
A better one.
Hey, you
Right.
take your helmet off too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A better run. Just ride to the Port Jefferson Ferry.
Yep.
Take it across to Connecticut. Go straight north through Connecticut up into Massachusetts. All back roads.
Oh, yeah.
Done it many times. Overnight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, overnight.
That's
Place
a
to
great
stay.
ride.
Amazing ride. All back roads.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
We're doing that this year.
Yeah, we're going to do that this year.
She's not paying attention again.
Again, she's ignoring us. But the Daytona experience is amazing. Everybody who rides and wants to do something has to get in a Daytona.
Yes,
There's no
that's a
two ways
must.
about it.
Yeah.
One of the premier motorcycle events ever.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
And it's so big, so much to do there. You got Main Street, you got Route 1, you got the Cabbage Patch, the dealer, the racetrack. There's just so much to do in Daytona Beach. And and the people there, everyone's cool. You bump into somebody, oh, sorry man, hey, no problem, look, I'm cool.
Well, it's changed a lot. Back when I first started going there in the 70s, it was a pretty rough place to be. Yeah, without a doubt. It's changed. Just a lot of them have changed. Not all of them.
Sure.
A lot of them have changed. But the motorcycle events, and Twisted has played at a bunch. Like I said, we played at Sturgis, and we played at a few in the Midwest. We played I can't remember the one that's in Grand Junction, Colorado. That was a very good one. But I thought they don't do that one anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gone. Okay. That was quite a few years ago. But and I've been to a lot myself. I've been a lot. I've been to some in Europe too.
Oh, sure.
We're there. If something's going on, I try to go.
That'd be cool. Yeah, but you know what? You're talking about all these bike events, which is awesome, and Daytona Beach, Sturgis, but there's a lot of smaller ones that people don't know about.
Right. Oh, of course.
Like we're doing Texas Iron.
Right.
Vet City. These ones are smaller, and you're gonna get the real true biker experience, the bike, events experience by doing a biker game.
Well, there's also the fact that it's not as crowded as Daytona. Daytona and Sturgis are crowded.
Yes.
They said that 2 million people there this year.
Yeah.
At Daytona?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. 2 million.
I mean, and you know it when you're leaving on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see the traffic. It's brutal.
But the only problem with Bike Week is they mix it in with what do you call it?
Spring break. Oh, yes.
That's why we like to do Biketoberfest. It's like, just go do what we got to do. And then if you play your cards right, you got Biketoberfest this weekend, and then you got Panama City the next.
Right.
So
I've never been to Panama City.
Oh, it's awesome.
I love what's one of my favorite ones.
Really?
Yeah, White Sand, Pelicans.
Leesburg is good. Love that
Leesburg is great.
So,
Leesburg is in the middle of Florida.
Middle of Florida.
And they pretty much close about maybe 8 blocks off, right? Yeah. And there's like no real bars. They have they set up the bars. You can drink in the streets and stuff and just walk around. That's a good experience.
Right.
Leesburg is definitely one. Definitely check out.
I like it. But Panama City is one of my favorites. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of good riding.
Growing up on Long Island, there used to be some standard motorcycle events on Long Island that are gone.
Yeah.
A big one, I don't know if you guys knew it or were around at the time, was probably right through the early 70s through the 80s. It was Nathan's in Oceanside.
Nathan's was great.
Did you ever go to that one?
I used to go, not to the bike event, but they had to do the cars also.
Right, cars. There was every
Nathan's
Tuesday.
Closed down now.
Every Tuesday was bike night, and it just became overwhelming year after year. So many people. It was an event that people traveled to from all over, and we're saying, this is Long Island, it's Oceanside. Who wants to be here? But Nathan's was a real. It was an amazing gathering. It really was. People came from out of state just to be at Nathan's on a Tuesday night.
Yep, that was the place to be.
We were really surprised.
And that's a good ride too. If you go through Long Beach and then down to Ocean Parkway and back up to Sunrise.
Well, the only good part about it is Ocean Parkway.
Yeah,
it's beautiful ride.
It's beautiful ride.
Especially right on the beach. Yeah. That's a nice ride. But that's all we have to offer.
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
Every other road that's supposed to be nice is too crowded.
Yeah, 25A's crowded. And that's what I'm saying. I want to move down south, and my wife's dying to go with me.
What, she doesn't want to go with you?
No, she don't want to go.
She's dying to go with me?
I want to move. Well, I'm thinking about it.
You won't go down south?
That's too hot. I don't like it.
It's hot here, too. Right?
It's hot in here now.
Right, it's hot.
I want to maybe go to Nashville.
Nashville's great.
Or maybe like Ormond Beach or something, or over there on that side.
I can't tell if she's listening to us or not.
No,
I'm listening.
What are you doing social media?
Oh, she's sharing the show and stuff.
I'm watching the feed too.
Oh, you really?
Talking on the feed.
How's my engineer doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you
Oh,
doing?
the Mayhem fans out there?
You doing all right there? How you doing?
Jane.
Who's out there?
Jane and Bob.
Jane
Hello,
and Bob.
Jane. Hello, Bob.
Jay Bornben.
Let's give a hello to Jody and Kira and Jared and Jordan.
Are they all watching? Are they really?
Nice.
All right, Jody and Kira. That's my sister and my niece.
Oh,
They're actually
beautiful.
watching. And my bandmates,
Nice. Still
Jordan.
watching.
Jordan and Jared.
He's one of the
Rocket
best
babies.
drummers I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, well, and Jared's one of the best guitar players.
Yes.
If not, I don't need anybody else, just them.
You got a good
These
band.
guys are the best of the best.
got a
There's
good band.
no two ways
I
about it.
can't wait to hear the cut, man.
Yeah, well, you'll see it, you'll hear it, and see it very, very soon. There's no two ways about it. We're working
pumped
on
up.
We're working on it now. You know, it's you know, not to get away from the motorcycle thing, but it's a project that I wanted to do for a very, very long time, and TS is retired now over 2 years, and I play in a lot. I do a lot of playing with different bands. One in particular, Joe Rock and the All Stars, has kept me busy, and Joe's a great friend, and the guys in the band are great. But I really wanted to have a band that I wanted to put together.
Right.
And I know the Canada brothers. I've known them for a very long time, since they were young, and I watched them grow and grow into amazing guys and incredible musicians. And when it was time to make a decision to put a band together, I had to include them.
Yeah.
You know, there was no two ways about it. They're great guys and the best of the best. They're the cream of the crop. There's no two ways about it. So, musician-wise and personality and people-wise, these guys are incredible, and they come from a great family.
Right.
They really do. Mom and dad. What?
Let's give a hey to Eddie and Clara.
Oh, Eddie and Clara are watching. Eddie
What's up,
Ojeda
Eddie?
and Clara, yes.
Nice.
You know, and congratulations to them. They're grandparents just
right.
recently, and we're all proud of them, and that's a good thing for them.
Oh, wait, we got to make one announcement we got to do.
What's
What's that?
Let's say happy birthday to our man Rod.
Oh yeah, happy birthday,
Oh, cigar guy, Rod,
The cigar
that's
guy.
all.
Oh, Rod.
Yeah.
Cigar guy, Rod.
Happy birthday, Rod. You know,
Rod
I'm sure he
Belika.
is.
Happy birthday,
Rod Belika,
Rod.
happy birthday,
Rod,
brother.
don't pay attention to the empty seat that's here. Okay.
Yeah, right. That was supposed to be your seat. We didn't invite you.
He's just a cigar guy.
Yeah, he's just a cigar guy.
Well, happy birthday, buddy.
That's
Well,
awesome.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, finish what you were saying.
No, but
We'll go on.
I'd love to see you guys down in Daytona playing one time or somewhere.
Well, you know, as soon as the band is ready, which will be soon.
Yeah.
It really will be. We're working on things now. But just to get back to it, and we'll go back to the motorcycle thing, it's been a dream of mine for a long time to put together the best band that I possibly can and rock out and do a lot of different things. Like, you're going to see this band do a lot of different types of things, not only just rock or hard rock or something like that. There's going to be a lot of projects there that you'll see us play on, and different people that we're going to play with.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's a great thing. The guys are extremely versatile. Like I said, they are cream of the crop. Both the Canada brothers
Yes, they
are
are.
cream of the crop musicians and great guys. There's no two ways about it.
I feel like I watched them go up too, doing the Cold Finger run. Watch them play.
Right.
Well, every year. They play.
No two ways about it. And you know, and I got to say, they come from a great family. You know, their parents are incredible. You know, their dad, as he's called, J-Dad.
J-Dad.
You know, for J-Rad, but J-Dad, Jerry,
J-Rad.
is a great guy. And I gotta shout out to them. I got to apologize to them, because we played. Jordan and I played in an event called the Ultimate Jam in the Cutting Room on well, I think it was Monday evening, right? Monday evening, and I had been up since 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So we played. I cooled off and grabbed the people that I was with to leave, and they were sitting up in a balcony, and I didn't even say good night to them. That's rude.
Yeah.
That really is, because these people mean a lot to me.
Right.
They really do. And as we're walking out towards the front door, Jordan comes running over to me and says, "Good night." I'm like, you know, Jordan, I'm sorry, man. I'm brain dead now at this point. I'm not even driving. I'm going to sleep all the way home, because I got to be up again and do something all over again the next day at 6 o'clock in the morning. And now you're talking about it's close to midnight.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So
you know he's a rock star. 6 in the mornings early, right?
to the Canada family, I am very sorry for not saying good night, and it does mean a lot to me that I say good night to you guys. So at the end of the show, remember, I'm saying good night. I'm making up for it. Okay?
That's just for you guys, too.
That's just for you guys.
They're awesome. I love watching them.
Oh yeah, they're great stuff. There's no two ways about it. And the gig was amazing. You know, to play, to get up there and play, you know, with Jordan on drums. We played, the Trooper, Iron Maiden, Trooper, and we played Everlong by Foo Fighters.
Oh,
you know, which turned out to be a kind of a train wreck because of guitar tuning on the stage, and some people didn't know the arrangement. But it was fun. It was still great. It was still fun. You know, it's amazing to be, and I don't mean to take it over into motorcycles, but while it's still fresh in my mind, and again, kudos, you know, to Jordan, because it's great to get up on that stage knowing that I'm playing with a drummer and I know where he's going to go. I don't have to worry about what is he going to do now. I know his feel, I know his riffs, I know what he does, and it meshes like gears.
Awesome,
it really does.
When you have
it's like the best chain and the best gears and the best gear ratio.
No stopping
it.
Yeah,
there's no stopping it. So you know, it was great doing that with him. I wish we played played more songs. Which next time we do this,
I can't
Jared
wait
will
for you
be
guys to
there
come out.
also. Jared will be there also, and probably the singer, whoever the singer is going to be in Animal Tactics, and we're going to play as a band.
No, it's not going to be me either.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be you guys.
Maybe, you know, it's going to be Rocky, you know what I'm saying?
But you know, it'll be the whole band for the next Ultimate. The next time, hopefully, in the next couple of months, next time we do
Looking
the
forward to that,
Ultimate
really.
Jam, and we'll invite everybody down. It'll probably be in the cutting room in the city.
That'd be
and,
great.
You come down on a Monday night. We'll certainly talk about it well in advance.
Sure.
So everybody knows we're going to play.
And I'll promote it as well. I'm Motorcycle Man.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be on talking about it. Okay, now we got to go back to motorcycles and motorcycle mayhem.
You know, I got excited when we first got to Daytona. And I know you did too.
How excited were you?
Well, I'll tell you why I got
very
excited.
Why'd you get excited?
Because we went down Route 1, we made a left at the Ugly Greenhouse, because that's how me and my wife know that's Main Street.
Right.
There's no name for it there.
It's just an ugly greenhouse.
It's Ugly Greenhouse.
Would
make a
you,
left.
would you live in the ugly greenhouse?
No.
Would you live in Daytona?
Oh, maybe. That's a maybe.
That's a baby.
We're rocking her a little bit. The boat's
That's a
rocking
maybe.
Next
there.
But
Look at
I live
her.
in Florida.
You wouldn't live in Florida?
I don't like it. It's too
You don't like Florida? You going to take her again then? She doesn't like Florida.
yeah, she's going.
week is good. Not
She's going.
So we're going down I forgot the name of the road. It actually is Main Street, but it's a different name on the other side.
Atlantic.
And I see the most beautiful sign I think I've ever saw in my life.
Beautiful
It said,
sign.
yeah. The guy's holding in the middle of Main Street, no cars.
No cars.
Motorcycles only. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
That's nice.
It's about
That's
time.
nice.
But that only lasted that day. I never seen it after that.
That was the opening day,
as
And that was,
and that's all they did it.
took it away.
yeah. And that was it. The rest of the week, there was cars. Why do you have to drive your car down Main Street? Main Street, you've been down Main Street. How long is
Many
it?
times, yeah.
I mean, really, is it feet? Quarter of a mile?
You see what they did now? We used to park on the street.
Right, of course.
So now on one side you can park on the street, the other side you're parking on the sidewalk.
Right.
Now that sidewalk is not this big.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My bike ain't going off that sidewalk. I'm gonna have to go down the sidewalk. You know.
No,
She was like, I want to help you put your bike up there, but I don't want to embarrass you. I'm like, you're embarrassing me. Push the damn thing. I don't care.
Push it up.
Push it. It's an 800-pound
So let's
bike.
put her on the spot. So where would you live besides Long Island, Trash Island?
North.
You would go north?
Cold.
North.
You like cold?
Yes.
You're into motorcycles. You need warm, nice.
I like the cold. I don't care.
North? All right, North Miami. We're in.
North Miami, you're in
That's it,
there.
North Miami.
St.
Said North,
Petersburg.
right? North Miami. North.
St. Petersburg is north.
St. Petersburg?
No, that's on the west
Even
side.
Jacksonville
West
or
side?
Gainesville is north.
I know. North of here.
Just upstate or like
Upstate.
Canada?
I don't care. Just cold. I hate the heat.
Really?
I don't like the heat.
What's with this?
I don't know. Yeah.
You got to
Hey,
fix
why
that.
is let me interject here a little bit. Like, why is Johnny a quart low?
Right.
Yeah.
He's a
I had a
quart
hat
low.
on.
Yeah, I know.
Had a hat on backwards.
He's a quart low. We got to
My
answer the
sunglasses
way.
on.
That's funny.
But hey, you know what? Back to Daytona though. If you ever want to go to a great bike week, man, Daytona's absolutely fantastic.
Listen, we seen about 8 different bands.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Slaughter, Saliva,
Yep.
Jasmine Kane, Winger. I mean, the list goes on. Every Mother's Nightmare.
I'll tell you, a lot of times that I've been to events, not as a band member, just as a motorcyclist, a biker. Even the local bands have been great. Bands that I had never heard of, and you go watch them and you see them, and you're like, this is great stuff. So, it happens that you actually get great entertainment at these events.
Right.
Yeah, like Big Engine is a local Florida band that just
Big Engine.
rocks
it out.
They're unbelievable. They play everything. Nova Rex, they're actually they're from the '80s. Actually, Nova Rex.
Yeah.
But they're another great local band that's out there.
Actually, they're 81 on the top 100 list of 80 rock groups.
I thought
really?
it was 43.
Yeah. No, 81.
81?
Yeah.
Hey,
I do my study. I read a lot. I'm a reader.
When we have a show, I'm like, all right, Mike, study this. All right? We work good together though, with the show, you know what I mean? He, if we have a guest calling in or somebody coming in, he'll do his homework,
Talk about call-ins. When I was on the show with you, I couldn't believe the people that called in from around the country.
Oh, yeah. All over the
And
country.
some of them were your sponsors, were some advertisers, which was great, that they were actually watching the show, paying attention, and called in at the right time.
We got great
I think we
sponsors.
spoke to most of them.
A lot of them.
Not
we
all
did.
of them were advertisers. Some of them were fans of the show.
Right,
It was
sure.
great.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see you get that kind of feedback.
Yeah, we have sponsors from all over the country. We have people that watch the show from all over the world.
Right. We got a
Across
guy
the
calls
pond.
in every day on Mondays.
Yep.
it's 3 o'clock in the morning over in England. He's calling up.
Yeah, he waits up for
He's
us.
whispering because he don't want to wake up his family.
Yeah.
No,
But-
I get it.
but
I've
he
had
loves
it, sure,
us,
on the old
you know?
Animal Tactics radio show. I had it.
Yeah.
I like that. People calling in from around the world.
It's a great feeling, you know,
Yeah, it is.
when you have people calling in from California or down south or up north or wherever it is. It's really cool.
It is.
You know what I mean? Because you don't realize what time it is there, you know?
If you put together a great show about motorcycles,
Yep.
if you put together a great show about music,
Yep.
and you let people access it,
Yeah.
and they love it, and people love motorcycles and music
Sure.
either together or separately. There's no two ways about it.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a lot of subject matter that you can do shows about,
Right.
and a lot of great stuff, whether
Right.
it's tech, whether it's just entertainment. But the motorcycle music thing,
That comes hand in hand.
Yeah, it does.
We get messages almost every day. People sending us music. They want to, if we could play their songs on a
Right,
show.
right.
I'll listen to it. If I think it's good, I'll play it. Or
Right.
open,
Of course, yeah.
I'll open a show. You know, I mean, if sometimes we get so many that I can't play it all.
Right.
You know what I mean? And doing what we do, you know, you can't play music like on Facebook and stuff because they'll
The
play off
copyright, yes.
copyright stuff. So you know what? I look for music. So any bands out there want to send me some music?
Send them away. Have you seen the new Goldwing from Honda?
I've seen it.
Do you like it?
I like any two wheels and a motor. I mean, I'm really like.
I think it's worth the test ride myself.
You do you? Would you
I
ride
wouldn't
one?
buy it, but
should've
it's
done it.
but it's I should have done it.
You
when
had
I
the
was there.
opportunity.
I know.
You know, believe it or not, and people are not going to always agree with me what I say. It is a legendary touring motorcycle.
It is.
There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
two ways
Without a
about
doubt.
it.
It's the first one.
It's like the Cadillac of touring motorcycles.
I agree.
But it's what you like. I mean, it's still two wheels and a motor, which is important. You know, it's creature comforts, which is amazing. I've certainly ridden older ones and taken them on long rides.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like in Europe or something like that. When I went for a ride,
Right.
a couple of days, I had a Honda Goldwing. And I got to say, it was amazingly comfortable and comfortable, and everything was ergonomically in the right place.
Right.
There was no fatigue.
No,
the only fatigue
I
was the
actually
weather.
fell in love with an Indian down there. I
Yeah.
mean, because down on Main Street now they had the Indian dealer there, and they had it
Yeah.
on River Road. But these Indians are gorgeous these days.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking about buying an Indian. Keeping my Harley, never get rid of that.
Never get rid of it.
And have one of each.
I'm kind of disappointed that Victory isn't around anymore.
Victory, yeah, they're not in the
Beautiful bikes.
Gorgeous
they
bikes.
really made amazing
Beautiful.
motorcycles, and
Yep.
unfortunately, I don't believe that they're making
No,
it.
I think that Polaris deal killed them.
Yeah,
You know, when they
Polaris
bought
did.
in the Polaris and they
Yeah.
thought they were going to make, and I think that really just bit them in the ass.
Well, that's too
You
bad
know.
because they made really nice
Yeah, they
motorcycles.
They did. They really
They
did.
absolutely made beautiful bikes. Yeah.
I ride anything. I don't, you put it in front of me, I ride it.
Well, I mean, usually
Except a
when I
moped.
went,
I don't do mopeds no more.
I had to a couple of times.
I know you
I told you about that. But Miguel,
What's up, Miguel?
say hello to Miguel.
Hello, Miguel.
Hello,
Is this-
Miguel.
we're supposed to be subtle about this. Is that what we're doing? We're supposed to be subtle.
I was thinking about my buddy
Hello,
Miguel.
Miguel.
Hey, Miguel.
Miguel.
Are we talking about Dr. V?
Dr. V.
Yes, the real Dr. V.
Nice.
The real Dr. V. Miguel.
Miguel.
Hi, Miguel.
Hi, Miguel.
But you know, when we played in Europe quite often, like I told you on your show, I went for rides, and a beggar can't be choosy.
Right.
Harley wasn't always available
Right.
for me to ride,
that's
and but I've ridden everything from the BMWs to
That's a nice bike, too. Ugly, but
Ducati
nice.
to everything. I'm telling you, I've been on
Triumphs.
so many things, Triumphs, and a lot of weird off-brand stuff that I'd never heard
Oh,
of
yeah,
before.
sure. When you go
Sure.
around the world like that, there must be so many off-brand stuff.
Without a doubt. There's
You know?
there was an Italian bike, I can't remember the name of it, that I rode for a day.
Rob
But,
got a Vespa.
but when I stayed with my friends in Copenhagen, the best way to get around was on a scooter.
Oh, man.
You know, it was, again, of course, I was a maniac,
Right.
sitting back on it, doing wheelies and stuff.
Popping it up.
The police
That's
weren't too
like a
happy
toy.
about that.
No,
but I mean, you can maneuver around everything,
Right.
because you got to figure out when you go into the downtown area or the area that's really old roads. The roads are tiny.
Huh?
I mean, you couldn't fit a full bagger through the
Yeah, wow.
pylons to get on the road.
Forget me
But you
then.
can get a
You
scooter.
get stuck right
you can
in
get
there.
a scooter to go right through them when you're allowed to.
Right.
Sure.
You know, to ride right up, and you ride right up up where you want to go on a scooter. So here I am riding around Copenhagen on a scooter with a couple of friends of mine.
That's my daughter's over. My daughter's over in Florida.
I mean, I'm in my mind. I'm listening to Born to Be Wild. And here I am on a scooter.
One of my greatest things was we went to Key West one time, and I had my bike with me.
Right.
And that had to be the best feeling. You know, you ride on the scooters, but I'm on my Harley with my Reinhards. That was a good feeling, man.
Blowing past them.
Guy thinks he's hot with his girlfriend on the back of the Vespa.
Did you ride all the way down to the end of the Keys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've done that ride a few times. Off season too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was no traffic.
Yeah, we did no traffic. Yeah.
Oh, it is an amazing ride across all those bridges.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It's amazing.
We actually rode
it's like
from
being on another planet.
Key Largo to Key West.
Yeah,
that's what we did.
Yeah, I did the same thing a couple of times.
Yeah, that's
once in the 70s and 2 or 3 times in the 80s.
Nice, a lot of nice little bars to hit.
Oh, yeah.
On the way down too.
Restaurants.
You know, restaurants and
awesome.
Some great rides. I know that a lot of people that would do Daytona would ride down there. And
That's what I was just telling my wife. That a lot of people after the bike week, they'll head down to Key West.
They'll do the whole Key West, the whole Keys ride, which is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
yeah, it's great stuff.
That is good stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The Florida offers amazing riding weather. It really does. Even in the summer when it's blazing hot,
I love it. I love it.
Beautiful down there.
I love Florida.
Yeah, amazing stuff. But there is, as I told you guys the last time when I was on your show, I did some amazing rides in Europe.
Yeah.
Especially in Europe, some incredible rides.
Imagine
you know, in Norway and Sweden. Lillehammer was where they had the Olympics in '94.
Okay.
And we played there at a big festival, and we were stuck there for I don't know 4 or 5 days till our next gig. This is only I don't know, like 8 or 10 years ago, maybe.
Right.
And I did a ride around those mountains there for a whole day, and I told you about the ride and you know how aggressive I was.
Yeah,
and those guys know the roads, and I didn't.
Oh yeah, you're
saying that. I'm getting sparks off the pegs. I'm hammering it so bad, you know. But it was great as you ride up. You ride so high, you ride into the clouds, so it's actually fog and it's drizzle and it's wet.
That's awesome.
You know. Oh yeah, you get up there and it's in the high 40s, and you come back down and it's summer there, so it's about 80. You know, the temperature change in about 40 minutes is unbelievable.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and there's still snow on the ground up there.
Wow,
but you're real high up. You're in the clouds. I mean, you actually ride up these mountain roads and go into the clouds.
Oh,
that's
wild.
Flipped out, wild looking.
Speaking of which, you said when you were on our show last, we have to have you back on the show again.
Oh, yeah, I'll come back on again. Sure, there's no two ways about it. We'll do more about motorcycles.
No, definitely.
There's no two ways about it. But the Daytona experience, as we keep going back to, and the more I think about it, the more I miss going there because I haven't been there since the 90s. Late 90s was the last time I was in Daytona.
Right. And just, you know what?
Actually, I'm wrong. Twisted Sister played Bike Week. We played in the middle of the track in the infield.
Oh, you did?
In the track. And you know who we played for and with? Robbie Knievel, Evel Knievel's son.
Oh, okay.
When he had the TV show.
Right.
Yeah,
oh, that's pretty cool stuff, man.
Yeah. So he was on stage with us.
Oh, that's
hanging
cool.
out, and we were playing
the
infield. We did a show on the infield.
Well, they're trying to do that for Biker Bash next year.
Yeah.
Get Rob Danger.
Right.
To jump out of a plane and come in a parachute into the stadium next year and then do a couple of jumps.
Really?
Yeah. That's the plan for next year for Biker Bash 2020.
Biker Bash, and they're going to have it in the racetrack.
Inside they have it in the stadium,
the football stadium.
We're going to try to get it in the stadium this year. They have to get something for the floor, though.
Right.
They couldn't do it inside the stadium this year because of the floor. So they're going to take care of the floor. Have that inside. That'll be off the hook.
That's amazing.
And that's another thing great about doing Daytona is you can just jump on A1A and you ride.
Just ride forever.
Right.
Yeah. Sure, I've been up and down A1A.
Right. St. Augustine or whatever. I do a ride I like to do down there. I don't know if you know the roads that you take A1A all the way down to Route 100.
Yes.
Make a left, go all the way down to Route 1 and come all the way back around again.
One big loop.
That's like a 25-mile ride. Just gorgeous the whole way, you know. So that's what I love about Daytona. You got so many rides. And like I said, if you're not like big in the mountains, you don't really like the mountains too much. But we love palm trees.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, it's cold as mountainous.
Right.
You don't like mountains.
I want to ride like.
Let's go to Mount Dora.
Big drop, like, scary shit.
Mount Dora's cold.
Is it?
Mount Dora, Florida.
It has a bounce
doesn't
on
like
it.
planes either.
I know.
No planes.
Fly.
I get seasick.
And that's another funny story. I don't
like boats either.
I get seasick.
She loves motorcycles.
Yeah.
Go fast.
Right. Go fast.
Fast.
Does she make you go fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
But another great story about what happened last week was I'm not thrilled with elevators. If I don't have to take an elevator, I won't. I just don't like elevators. Never did.
She hates boats and airplanes.
I don't like elevators.
And the heat, and he doesn't like elevators.
So when we get
what's the problem with an elevator?
I just don't. I'm claustrophobic, and I got stuck in one when I was a little kid, and that was that. So what happened was that's my line, obviously. But we go to the stadium, and Johnny Lang's taking us on a little tour. And he goes to the elevator. He's like, I'm good, right? So now he's laughing at me for not going to the elevator. So later on that week, he comes down with a plate of food. I'm talking barbecue, like ribs and this, whatever you can imagine is on this plate. He goes, you want some food? I said, yeah. He goes, it's up on the 3rd floor.
In the elevator.
Take the elevator.
So then,
No stairs either.
well, you gotta go outside. Outside. And so the girl that was with him goes, you want me to eat some food? I'm like, yeah, thank you. See when I'm gonna get some food.
A good friend of mine, Laura's going to say this, a good friend of mine is in the elevator
Miguel?
business.
No.
Not Miguel. A good friend of mine is really in the elevator, and she met him a few days ago. A guy I grew up with, Steve, is in the elevator business. So you say to him, so Steve, how's the elevator business? He goes, up and down.
That's up and down.
Up and down. Right? Did he not say that? He did. He goes, he's been doing it forever. He's an elevator mechanic.
And did you go boom boom?
Yeah, exactly. Without a doubt. Oh, but yeah, he goes up and down.
Up and down.
Up and down. But what? So you really don't like elevators?
I just don't like them, man.
Can you get on an escalator?
Oh yeah, that's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Yeah.
But you don't like elevators?
It's just I don't have control to get out. So if I want to get out right now, I can't.
Yeah, but if you fly someplace, when you fly someplace, you can't get out.
Yeah, but that don't bother me. You know, there's alcohol on the plane.
It
doesn't bother me.
They're serving alcohol. I'm good. Yeah, that's funny.
But Daytona, if you want to definitely check out a great bike week or Biketoberfest, that's where we're gonna go, man.
We will. I will see about what I can do about being with you guys on some of this stuff.
You gotta come, man.
And enjoy the experience again, because when you go through time. I love being on my bike, and it's always ready to go. It's always charged. It's always registered, insured, inspected, everything.
Right.
And as time goes on, you don't always have, unless you say, I'm not doing anything this week or this weekend, and I'm going for a ride. You find that the busier you are, the less you ride it.
Yeah, sure.
Because I would always say to myself, I got a bagger finally. You see the bike I built, the bagger. Got a bagger, nice average-looking motorcycle, nothing insane. Close to stock, but I made some custom stuff on it because I wanted it to be very reliable. So it's great, but. It's always, you're always going out doing business, and it's like, I got to take my truck, I got to carry this, I got to carry that, and so it's just, you're leaving early in the morning, and you got a million things to do, and it's a beautiful day, and you're like, I should use my motorcycle, but you can't carry everything on my bike.
Well, that's the problem we have, because we take the show on the road.
Yeah.
So we did Kentucky, we even did a Florida one, a bunch of events that we've done, and I had to leave the bike home. Right. Because we have all the stuff we're going to do. Can't carry it.
You got stuff in the trailer. You got
next time, just call me up. I empty out my bags. You can put your stuff in your bags and my bags, and we'll go.
And we'll go. Yeah, we'll go.
We're gonna do some riding this summer.
Unfortunately, you can't fit a guitar and an amplifier and everything.
You can't throw it on your shoulder like a cowboy.
Yeah,
like a horse.
Unfortunately, no. My stuff is too big and weighs too much. Yeah, it really is. But
is that a 5-string bass you use or a 4-string bass?
I have both.
Yeah, both.
Most of the things I use, most of the things I play is 4-string. Yeah. And listen, I have trouble using 1-string. So I got to use a 3-bar.
I heard you, bro. You have no trouble at all.
I play bass in the car. Put the bass up. That's it.
No, but yeah, it's tough because you leave the house and you want to use it and you want to ride everywhere, but it's just not always convenient when you do a lot of business and you got to make appearances and you got to do things and I got to show up wearing nice clothes at this one. I got to be this and Laura sends me to all kinds of appearances for corporations and speeches and stuff, and it's just not convenient to ride a motorcycle to all these things. And then during the course of the day, doing business too. It's inevitably I got to end up playing bass or being in the studio carrying my gear with me.
Right.
We did the bike to Vet City last year, and I rode the bike from the hotel to the Vet City, and that was it. The whole weekend just sat there. We did the show. I couldn't, no time to ride. Right. But at the Biker Bash, I was very lazy. He was laughing at me. Every time I had to go talk to somebody, I jumped on my bike, ride down about 20 feet. What's up? You couldn't walk that?
Yeah.
Nope, I got my bike here. Only running I'm doing all week.
Gonna ride it down the block.
That's it, just ride it right down the block.
That's another thing, man. Anything that you could get or you want to get fixed on your bike, you can find that at these bike rallies. You have the best of the best down at Daytona.
Of course.
You know, that do the music, that does the painting and the pinstriping, you know, with all the accessories that you want. You get them much cheaper down at a bike rally, especially at Daytona. I mean, this is what it's all about, too. People make money at these things, you know, by selling their parts and, you know, and the designs and stuff. So it's pretty cool to see all that, you know, man-made stuff that they do out there.
Anything you want there, anything.
Yeah.
You pull the bike.
I mean, you talk about parts. I mean, I used to do a lot of swap meets.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of swap meets because just because I loved collecting all the old parts, especially for the bikes that I had with old, you know, like a 56 panhead, a 47 knuckle, things like that. So I always collected a lot of the parts. You're talking about, I started doing this in the mid 70s.
Wow.
You know, being on a motorcycle. So, and certainly accumulated a lot of stuff. And, but I love doing swap meets when you had the time. I don't have the time to do anything now. You know, you figure you get older and you want to do less and you want to relax. And Laura finds more for me to do. Then it just doesn't stop.
Now, Mountain Hill up in Baltimore is a good one.
Yes.
It's a swap meet.
There used to be one in Connecticut many years ago that my friend Ted and I used to go to, you know, religiously, constantly on I can't remember where it was.
Stafford Springs?
Trumbull, maybe?
Trumbull?
I think it was Trumbull. It was big. It was at an old closed down drive-in movie theater.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it still had all the bumps in it.
All the bumps on there.
You just set up where it was flat. So yeah, it was that was a good one. We used to go to that one constantly, buy and sell parts and.
Well, you go to the Cabbage Patch. They have a lot of swap meets stuff going on there.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Of course.
Cool stuff.
But,
well, I broke my toe kicker. You know, my shifter on link, and I brought it to Randy's at the Cabbage Patch, and he fixed that up. And also, my brake was really low, so he put the brakes in down at Daytona. And my kickstand, I busted my kickstand. The spring broke.
Oh.
All in one shot.
Yeah.
I went and so you know, they heel kick it.
Yeah.
And I just stripped the whole thing. $200 the guy cost me. $230.
You're too rough, Mike.
Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, "Oh, you drag racing?" Yeah.
I use Randy the wrench. No matter what I do to my bike, Randy always comes over and fixes it. My buddy Randy, whenever I want to buy something for the bike, he comes over. What did you buy? I bought this. Let me come over. He takes the instructions and he leaves. Because I'll do it for you later. He ain't touching it. Right?
Makes sense.
Every time. I can't touch my own bike. Whatever I do. He says, you mess it up. I got it.
Right.
That's it.
There you go.
So but that's basically what the show is about. We're not going to build you a motorcycle on our show. I can't. But we can talk about the biker lifestyle. Is what we do.
Yep.
You know, bike events.
That's what it's about. That is correct. Yes, it is. That's what
bike
it's about.
events, bike rallies, benefits, benefit rides, memorial rides, all that stuff is about what we're about. The fun aspect, a good barbecue, right? Friendship, a good barbecue, a good cigar.
Good cigar.
Right? A good road. Like you're telling us about these roads in Europe.
Well, not only Europe, but this country has a lot to give.
All over the world.
I tell that to people constantly. They want to go tour Europe, which, I mean, it's cool to see everything, believe it or not, but we've got so much to offer here in this country. It really is. It just, the wide open space that we have to either enjoy a car or a motorcycle or something like that is amazing in the Midwest and down south and out west.
Right. If you haven't seen the 7 major things in America, you know, the Grand Canyon, the Hoover Dam.
Been there many times.
If you haven't seen these things, you shouldn't be going over Europe. You should see what's here first.
Yeah.
Because there's so much beautiful. The Arizona, you know, you go down to Las Vegas, you know, there's plenty of riding down there.
Sure.
You know, the little mountains, they call them the Little Red Mountains.
Sure, Little Red Mountains. Red Rock Canyon.
Yeah, Red Rock Canyon.
Amazing place to ride. It's like almost being on another
The bar on top of there is beautiful. Biker bar up there. You play horseshoes, have a beer, drive back down. You know, it's...
No, you don't have a beer. Just go.
No, you can have one beer, but you just don't overdrink. Don't drink and ride.
Don't have a beer.
No.
Don't have a beer. But the getting back to Daytona again, one more time back to Daytona, trying to cover all the bases here. Because again, let me just thank you for coming on last minute.
Well, thank you for having us. This is great.
My guest that was scheduled on tonight.
You don't say no to Mark Mendoza. Bottom line.
That's right. Otherwise, I'll come and get you.
That's right. He will. How can you do it? I want you.
That was good. But thanks for coming on last minute again. I appreciate you guys putting the time aside and coming on last minute to talk about Daytona. I'm sure the fans of Motorcycle Mayhem Radio are going to tune in to see everything that went on and watch the videos and stuff, because the time down there is amazing. You know, the stories are incredible, and anybody out there listening, you have to, even if you're going to go down and you don't have a motorcycle to fly down, you got to go there to experience it.
Oh, sure. It's a race town, no matter what. You like NASCAR or motorcycles, that's the town.
You go a week early, go see the Daytona 500.
Sure.
You know, it's a legendary race.
It is.
Legendary race. Yeah, sure, Daytona 500.
You know, the thing is, you got so many different people there, so many from so many different backgrounds, and they have one thing in common: we're all bikers. So we all basically get along. Right. You know, and then don't forget, you got all the great bartenders that you get the shots off the girls and stuff. You know, there's a lot of fun happening down there. You know.
I wasn't looking at that.
Yeah, you were.
My wife wouldn't.
Yeah, your wife was doing it.
But the greatest thing about the bars down there on Main Street and Route 1 is that every bar has a parking lot, and every parking lot is a mini little venue, because they put these huge stages up. Huge.
And
all the parking lots, and they have a epic event every day. All day long there's music.
All day long.
And you can drive down Main Street and
like
band here, band here, band here.
Like you were saying before, the local talent, like Main Street has the stage in the back where Saliva will be playing, and in front they have the local talents playing in there, and like you said, they're absolutely great too.
And you never know who's going to play. Michael Ullman actually played Main Street Station. We missed him because we had to work at the stadium, but Michael Ullman,
sure, of course,
he jammed it out. Awesome.
Yeah, there's nothing like seeing great live music.
No, great live
music, whether it's rock or country music. It's just or Animal Tactics, but we haven't seen Animal Tactics live yet.
No, I can't wait. I can't wait to see.
We will soon, of course. But there's nothing like live music. There really isn't.
Absolutely.
Whatever you like as far as music, it's just live is the experience. You know? There's no Memorex.
No,
it's all live.
Right. You're right.
And I don't know about you, but I get mad when the people have the cameras up and they're filming. I leave it all in my head. You know, I could watch it on someone else read. I just, you know, especially if they're in front of you, because they get packed. So you're looking, and you're actually looking through the guy's phone.
Right, you're watching the little screen instead of the big screen. Live in front of you.
I'll videotape just a little bit, but I'm not going to see people sitting there all night. You know, screw that.
Listen to the bitching and moaning. Oh man, that's
we're getting old.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Anyway, we're about that point right now, an hour, and we've discussed a lot of stuff, and there's a lot more to discuss. So what do you say we have you gentlemen back on in a few more weeks?
That'd be great.
And I'll come back on your show also.
Yes, definitely, no doubt.
We'll spend an evening on Motorcycle Mayhem.
That'd be great.
And show them what Mayhem is about.
Exactly.
I'm not done interviewing you. I got a lot of questions for you.
Oh,
all right, when I get on this show again.
He's studying. He's doing his homework.
This guy, you know what, the stuff that you've done, it's amazing. You know, bands that you played with, you know, you really.
Want to switch seats?
Yeah, right.
No, I don't want him next to me.
Oh, you're afraid I touch your knee?
No, you touched his knee.
I always do.
We do that sometimes.
But you're an amazing musician, and you're a good guy. So.
He's a great guy, man. We'll be doing the show sometimes, and like he'll look like serious or whatever we're talking, and I'll be like we have a good time. That's what it's about, man. Motorcycle Mayhem Radio is about a good time.
We will take this up again.
Yes.
Not only on this show, but on your show.
Yes, no doubt.
In the near future, we'll give everybody all the entertainment they want to see, talk about motorcycles and music and some other current events and things that are going on. I like to say a couple of things now, and I know this is a serious thing. Honestly, no kidding. We have a tragedy going on in California with the fires.
Sure.
You know, don't forget about that. Those people still need our help. We have a massive tragedy going on in the Midwest.
Yes.
Okay, with all the flooding. Okay, massive.
Yes.
You know, we got to think about those people. We got to help them. You know, of course, our good fans and people that we know and love had a tragedy happen in New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just that's just a tragedy. The whole thing.
Yep.
You know, and also, of course, you know, it happened in the Netherlands also on a tram. These things are horrible. I don't mean to put a dampener on our good spirits here and everything like that, but you got to keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers.
Sure.
And you know, anybody you can help that's had such a massive tragedy happen, you should help them. Like, I know we have lots of fans on the West Coast that suffered from the fires. And remember, their lives don't get rebuilt overnight.
No.
And we have people right now, as we're speaking, who are going through hell with these floods in the Midwest. So
we are.
We should all call anybody you know there and help anybody you possibly can, and donate your time, a little bit of money, maybe some supplies, whatever it is, because the water's still not going to recede for another month.
Right.
Wow.
You know, so I just spoke to a friend of mine who had a house in Missouri, and it is gone.
Wow.
It's just completely gone.
That's
so
horrible. That's
you know, he
horrible.
left the night before when they said get out, and he went back by boat, and his house is gone.
That's horrible.
Jeez.
So you know, these are tragedies, and we wake up to this kind of things every day. So you got to keep everybody in thoughts and prayers, and anything you can do to help them out is a great thing. Whether it's the West Coast in California, the Midwest, or somebody suffered a tragedy in New Zealand, and you think New Zealand on the other side of the world. You know, not that it doesn't count. It does count.
Sure.
You know, and we have fans there. I have music fans there. We have motorcycle fans there, and just the regular person, you know, who lives there, and they're all affected. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from.
Absolutely.
You know, it's always a negative thing that really affects people a lot. So I wanted to give a shout out for those things that are going on, and you know, I'm sure we always forget to mention something, but those are very important things.
Well, actually, I want to mention on Sunday we're having a comedy show with Tugboat Manny.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
At Napa Tandy's in Smithtown for Javon Monroe.
Right, Javon Monroe.
We're trying to raise money for her to make it to Arizona, so she can get the treatment that could possibly save her life. She's got ovarian cancer.
Right, ovarian cancer.
So, but the treatment can help her, you know, possibly save her life. So we're trying to raise money there. So instead of going the music route, you know, we're trying something different. We're trying the comedy route.
Yeah. So even if you can't make it there, look up what we just talked about and donate and help.
Right.
It's important.
It's on Facebook.
It's
so
on
you can look
Facebook.
at it
It's on Facebook, right?
It's on all our links.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
We got GoFundMe's for her all over. But on Sunday, it starts at 7 o'clock, 7 to 10, $30. Gets you a nice little buffet and 2 drink tickets.
Right.
And it's this Sunday night.
This Sunday night coming up.
So anybody in the area here, New York City, Long Island, Napa Tandy's, and Smithtown for, what are we calling the event?
Just not a comedy at Napa Tandy's.
Yep.
Hosted by Motorcycle Mayhem and the Kate Fox Show.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I want to thank you for being on with me again. It was great, and we'll do this all. We'll have fun again in the next few weeks.
Thank you.
We'll talk about more motorcycles and music, and I'll be on your show without a doubt. The next thing is going to be your show.
Definitely.
We'll do your show before you guys come back.
Excellent. Yeah,
okay.
looking forward to it.
Well, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to our BS as we do all of the time. The show is 22 Now. The network is 22 Area 22 Productions. I am Mark Mendoza, and I am saying good night.
Peace.
Right.